he couldn't live without her. I understood, but I didn't really understand. They both left me here in this world with no one. Did they not love me? They left me all alone over a pair of earrings. Christmas will never be the same.
The whole time, so I would hold the script in your hand.
Okay.
And just, you don't want to hold it like this because then you're blocking your face.
Yeah.
But hold it to the side, and then you can just glance over at it. And that takes practice because you have to not lose, especially with something as long as this. You don't want to lose your place. But that way you can, look over at it and then be present with the person.
Yeah.
And that would probably bring up something more for you, too, than just staring down. There's going to be times when you're going to want to look away, especially with this being as emotional as it is. But once you have it memorized, then you won't have to worry about that, too. But like in a cold read. I think that you had a lot of humor, which is a little bit good in the beginning. You were kind of laughing it off a little bit, which I think you would do. Like you have the emotion there. I think you need more of the emotion of it is there, and you're just trying to laugh it off because you don't want to show the emotion. But at a certain point, you can't help but show the emotion, and I think you need to get to that point earlier. So when you get to, I crept down to the hallway to peek in at them, and my father had his arms around my mother. That's maybe when you start visualizing what it was like, and just picturing that slap in your head. And she's grabbing that wine, and it's like you've seen her a million times grab a bottle of wine before and drink. And when you talk about her insecurities, you have to decide, are you angry? Do you have any resentment toward them?
And you at first, I was kind of nervous.
Yeah.
So I haven't done
That's why we did
acting in
this.
such a long time. So
That's why we did this.
yeah.
Okay.
Because I heard them fighting from my room. They fought all night after my mom found a receipt for a pair of earrings she never received from Dad. She waited for the day after Christmas to ask him about it. He said he had to return them because they were too expensive. He told her she was crazy and he'd never cheat on her. I guess if I were Mom, I would have preferred earrings over a new vacuum cleaner too. I mean, who buys a pair of earrings and returns them? Apparently my father did. Who is she? I could hear her screaming repetitively until finally she drove herself to tears. Bang! I heard the loudest noise that sounded like an explosion went off. I'd never heard a gunshot before until that night. I thought my mother shot my father. I ran into the room. My father was hysterical and screaming as he was picking my mother up off the floor. She shot herself point blank in the temple from the way it looked. My father told me to call 911. Your mother shot herself. So I ran into the living room to get the phone. But I knew she was already dead. They left me all alone over a pair of earrings.